Hey guys, Chaz Pivot. So as you can clearly see, we're comparing the before swing to the current swing now. Miranda's been in the program about a year. She's worked exceptionally hard, and the changes from her stance to at the beginning to now are obvious. Clearly she's much wider at the beginning, and she's much closer now. She's closer now because we want her to be able to create this momentum move, okay, without having to think about pushing. What's really good about Miranda's move that even separates her from most of the guys in my program is this initial hip sitting action there. Okay, so really pay attention to the movement of her front hip to initiate. Okay, now she's not pushing to do that. She's letting her back leg, okay, act like a piece of wood. There's no push. So you can see this as she's lifting her front foot, she's no longer supported on her front side. So she's got to move forward. In an article Justin wrote a while back, he talked about the greater than sign. Alright, well there it is. She's greater than the pitcher. Okay, and she's allowing her front hip to get ahead, okay, of her front foot, which is extremely important. Most kids, if you'll notice the picture on the right, they call it dipping their toe in the pool, right here. Okay, so they'll dip their toe in the pool, okay, because they're afraid to go forward because it's been beaten in their head. They've got to stay back. They've got to stay back because it gives you adjustability. What staying back actually does is it forces you to push with the back leg. And what we're going to see, there's the push, the extension of the back knee, and that's never what we want to have. Okay, so back knee extension proves push, and that's why it's not good. Now, one thing I do want to really point out here that's really fascinating with Miranda is how much faster how much further the bat goes. All right, so she's already look at her hands, like blur a little bit on the left. Okay, right here, there's a little bit of blur in her hands, which means she's begun her swing. Okay, it's a one frame later, right here, that she begins her swing on the right. Okay, now I also want to really point out how much further her bat goes. Okay, so we're going to point this out really quick. There's her bat on one side, there's a bat on the other side. So what I'm doing here is I'm letting you see the lines of deflection of the bat. So I'm drawing to the center of the bat. And you can just see how much more clearly she's moving just a greater distance. Okay? So if she's moving a greater distance in less time, that means she's swinging faster. Now, the real part of the swing that separates her old swing from her new swing is the hip movement. Watch her continue to turn, and we see none of the front of her shorts, none of the front of her shirt. She's just continuing through, and again, the posture difference between her back knee being in front of her back hip and her hip being in front of her face versus the obvious opposites here. So back knee, back hip, face. Alright, if we do it again over here, back knee, back hip socket, face. She's worked exceptionally hard. I mean, it's amazing how much better she's gotten, and how much better her posture is, and how much better she's hitting the ball. I mean, she's able without any effort at all as a freshman in high school to hit the ball over the fence. It's not even a concern. So now all we work on is consistency. The power's there. And she's worked extremely hard. I'm extremely proud of her swing and proud of her dedication to the program and what we're trying to do here. And you can just see all the elements that we talk about in the baseball swing. You can see it here. And for all you softball dads out there and moms out there that are worried that a baseball swing won't work for your daughter, here's what I'll tell you. It is a physics fact that every pitch in softball other than a rise ball goes down. Rise balls are made to induce swings. They're generally not strikes. So what I've tried extremely hard to get all my softball players to understand is the rise ball is a ball. Take it. Don't swing at it. Every other pitch will come down. So if you have an upward plane like Miranda does, you will be significantly more successful. And we can clearly see her get behind the ball back here, there, and then we can clearly see her come up through the pitch. And that's what we want, because that's what the ball's going to do in real life. And we want to mimic real life as much as possible in all of our training, whether it's softball or baseball. And you can just clearly see how good that vision is, how great her posture is, how explosive her turn is, and the power she's getting in that ball is truly impressive for a girl of her age. So when you talk about going from here with a traditional swing, she had quite a few lessons from a local instructor. To here, there just really is no comparison. Great job, Miranda.